Welcome to Northern Gaming Network. I'm Alex.
I'm Kevin.
And we'll be your hosts for another fine game of Netrunner. So Kevin, what are we seeing here today?
Oh, we've got a Chaos Theory and a Cerebral Imaging. Cerebral Imaging is your hand size, is the size of your credit pool, so expect Nick to have a lot of credits and a lot of cards.
Love watching the fancy shuffle here. Dropping one card off to the side is like a pre-shuffle cut. That was nice. And the beautiful Game of Thrones, which is completely irrelevant to the game of Netrunner, mats that they're playing on. Riding a dragon. And shirtless man.
Alright, so Mitch on the as the runner here on the left playing Chaos Theory. A 40 card deck, so he should have an easier time digging to the cards he needs to see. Nick taking his mandatory draw. And I expect Nick to have a lot of cards. We saw blue level clearance there and ice over R&D. The clearance cards are huge for CI because they allow you to gain credits and cards at the same time.
And you want to hold as much in your hand as possible. He doesn't ice his HQ.
Mitch Legwork in Season Efficiency Committee.
That is a good first
Efficiency Committee is a huge part of Cerebral Imaging's combo to score out. Typically they want to score out or scorch out. Okay. Mitch installing pro contacts there. That'll allow him to find the cards he wants and gain econ at the same time.
Now he brings up some ice over HQ for Nick with some very hard to see dice. But level looks like 10 credits for Nick. Able to get
Mitch
a big hand.
installed a Leprechaun there in his last turn, so he's down to 1. Very fast turns here by these two boys.
Yeah, they really just know what they're doing, seeing what they want to see, and keep going. So, and a pro contacts, and then he installed a SMC onto a Leprechaun.
Yes.
There too. So. All right. So. More pro contacting, gaining money, gaining cards. Yeah, the Cerebral Imaging don't really have a whole lot of choice in your turn at this point. He's just taking money, install some ice, take cards.
Nick took his turn while Mitch was deciding what to discard.
Very fast.
Yeah. So a lot of pro contacting here by Mitch. Looks like he popped his SMC probably either to get a breaker or maybe a Magnum Opus. So he puts Magnum Opus on Leprechaun, essentially nullifying its memory cost.
Now, with all that less memory, so he could be either riding some heavy duty. Let's see, some AI breakers, get some lots of counters on Overmind, or really expensive breakers would be another one, like high memory cost.
Yeah, possibly. He has 5 with Chaos Theory, so.
Yeah, so and then without the Magnum Opus taking up anything, he's got his credits to basically use some really efficient big memory cost breakers, or there's Corroder. So.
Always a good breaker.
Yeah, but that doesn't cost too much memory, so you pretty much need to have that in your decks. I think everybody runs that.
So there's a Plascrete, so that makes Nick's job a little bit tougher to scorch him. There's another standard CI turn. So Nick is just building an ice wall and taking credits here. So Nick's going to respond with ice as Mitch puts out breakers and take more credits until he's ready to run his combos.
What's down there? Looks like a test run.
That was a test run. So test running Garrote, and another 2 memory breaker on Leprechaun.
I love the art on that card. Evil wolf dog type of guy. Garrote. Just want to choose through your centuries.
I've not played it, but
he stays happily in my Ken deck. Love it.
Alright, scavenging the grot back so he doesn't lose it to the tester on a very good play.
Nice.
Nick does a click for credit, click to draw.
That is a mitt full of cards.
Double proco from Mitch. And clicks Magnum Opus twice.
That brings him up to 7 credits as a runner, and Nick still has 23-ish, 21, 19, somewhere around there. 20. It's hard to tell with those little tiny dice. But I suppose if they were big dice, he wouldn't have room for them.
He's 23 now. Okay, with that hedge fund. Alright. Mitch looks like he modded in a torch, bringing him down to 1.
Oh yeah, there's all his memory. Because 2 for torch, 2 for Garrote, and 1 for Corroder. But effective.
Pro contact, and then used Magnum Opus to get up to 6.
So interesting fact, we have only seen 1 run so far, or 2 runs I guess, with the Dirty Laundry this entire game. And that is a massive wall of ice.
4 ice. If all goes well for Nick, he will not have to res those. If you make Nick res that ice, that's where you start to eat into CI's advantage. But Mitch seems content just building as a rig. He really needs to make Nick res some of that ice. Especially with the Plascrete out, he's a bit safer from Scorch.
Yeah, and he's got all his breakers out, so it's not like he's going to hurt himself against anything crazy. He can always jack out if he hits something that he doesn't like after breaking 1. So, you know, go make him res some ice. Get some runs in. See something.
Yeah, double R&D interface. Looks like he's going to try to get Nick into an R&D log, but Nick's already drawn half his deck here.
Yeah, your play, what do you think? Yeah, I think I would run at his hand right now. I mean, he's only got 2 pieces of ice. He might feel a little bit more vulnerable by resing that. Like if you run out his hand, because clearly you see half of it, so he's got to have some agendas in there. Even with the R&D interface, just to get some accesses.
Mitch levied. That bankrupts him. I don't know what he's looking for, but hopefully he finds it with the 5-card draw here. Nick using subliminal messaging. He could have used that earlier with Mitch not making any runs. So 27 credits and likely that many cards too in Nick's hand. Mitch draws his 5.
Well, I know he just counted out 14 cards in his hands, and then there's still a stack behind him. So.
Alright, so Mitch just spent 4 clicks on Opus to bring him to 8.
Turn for money.
So Nick pulls the subliminal messaging, pops it back, and that brings him to 28. And he clicks for credits 3 times, trying to keep up with Mitch.
He's got so much ice on there, you could go skating. See a biotic in Nick's hand?
You know biotics are there, you know scorches are there, you know sea sources are there.
And I see about four agendas, I think. Saw some NAPDs, and it looked like a... I thought it was a government contracts, but...
That would be out of faction.
That would be out of faction. So maybe, what's the neutral one that's got a similar guy sitting at a desk?
Alright, Mitch took 2 credits, pro contact, and then he Stimhacked into R&D. Nick did not res.
Oh, no res. That's a...
This is deadly for Mitch. He's sitting on 4 cards. He needs to put out a Plascrete right now.
And taking a brain damage for use, basically a card that didn't give him any money.
Yeah. So he's got 3 cards, a Plascrete out. He needs then another Plascrete, or this is it for him. And he pro contacts to get up to 4. So Nick will have to double scorch.
He'll have to double scorch, not just empties him. He'll have to get 3 scorches to flatline him.
Okay, so there's the sea source.
Oh, here we go.
Biotic labor, triple scorch. There it is.
Yep, good game. That is CT versus CI, basically 2 games of a little bit of solitaire, 1 final quick win.
You don't make CI res any ice, you're not going to win.
Yeah, you got to make them spend the money, so they have to discard cards. Well, thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you.
I'm Alex.
I'm Kevin.
Remember to subscribe, hit the like button for all your Android Netrunner needs. We're Northern Gaming Network. I'll see you next time.